So, because of that first step, you have moved to the second, which is the true purpose of all life. Now, understand, we are not speaking of life on this plane, this life expression, alone. We are speaking of life in all its billions of core forms. There is one word, knowledge. The purpose of life is to gain knowledge. That is the primary purpose of the soul. By expanding and learning, acquiring knowledge, each soul takes, receives, another glimpse of the wonder of the creative source. Each time, the soul acquires another glimpse of the creative source. The acknowledgement of that learning becomes a prayer of glorification to that creative source, and through that, to self. Everything has meaning. Everything has form. There are no extraneous thoughts or ideas. Everything comes together in that creative source. Think how many times you have blessed and glorified the creative source, and in turn, yourself, when you have learned something new. Your life becomes a constant prayer. Your life is a constant prayer of love to you, completing constantly, giving/receiving, receiving/giving, giving/receiving. It never stops. How is it possible, knowing that, to be without joy, without happiness? I'm surprised that any of you can contain yourselves in those seats. Think of that. Total love, without doubt, without question, without any reservation. Total, non-judgmental love. You have read and heard, perhaps, of individuals who have left this life. Their experiences are all similar, if not exactly the same. One of the aspects is this overwhelming, brilliant light, yet it does not hurt their eyes. And with the light, this passion of total, non-judgmental love, a love that seems to lift and draw them into the light. Dear friends, you do not have to die to know that. It is there now. It is here in this room, now. It is with you when you sleep or when you are awake. It is there. Part of this opening now, for all of humanity, is to realize that love exists constantly, flowing, a giving and receiving constantly. If humanity can grasp that idea now, which we think it can, then there is no room for the pettiness, for the wars, for disturbances of any kind. There is no room to use diversionary tactics to acquire knowledge. That love is the totality of knowledge. Humanity, once again, has brought itself to the threshold. Are you aware of the divine light that permeates this room now as we speak? If you do not feel it, do you see it? Do you know it in your heart? For it is present. It is more real than the chairs upon which you sit, more tangible. That is reality. The chairs are a fantasy. If you wanted to, you could remove them, and you'd be on the floor. It is real. So, the second step, the second blessing, for all humanity, is knowing the true purpose of life. Now the soul, being the co-creator, does not stop with that as a purpose. That is a primary purpose. Then each soul chooses other purposes in life. It chooses, as it enters each life expression, everything about itself, its parents, its environment, locale, economic situation, and so forth, that is a part that will aid the soul in achieving its ultimate purpose. It's almost as if the soul goes backward rather than forward. But again, that is only the illusion of going backward, the same as you had the illusion that began today, the illusion that the planet Mercury is in retrograde. Any of the astrologers here, or the adept at astrology, knows that is not true. A planet does not go backward, it only goes forward. It is the illusion that it retrogrades, the illusion that the soul regresses. It does not. Or that a planet stands still, that a soul stands still. It does not. The soul then maintains other purposes. It enters this life expression and says, for instance, I wish to know all there is about jealousy, or envy, or sorrow, or hatred, or rage, or exuberance, or folly. Each soul has a core emotion in which it is involved, and everything that occurs to it is channeled into that purpose. It is surprising how many human beings attempt to run away, which is ironic, from their purpose or the vehicle in obtaining the knowledge that is the true purpose of life. How many in this room are teachers yet choose anything but the career of teaching? And we are not speaking only of in a classroom with very disciplined students. How many of you refuse to teach each day that which you know because you're shy, because you say, oh well, I must be about my career so that I will acquire the abundance? What do you think the abundance is? It is not one thing. It is abundance in all things. We once said that people create lack. Therefore, they are wonderful creators because they create an abundance of lack. What are you creating in your life? What abundance? Are you utilizing the purpose that you chose to acquire the ultimate purpose of life? Knowledge. How many have said to themselves, I wish to know the creative source. I wish to be a part, but I don't want to do it in the way that I said I was going to. Or, we will let the energy known as Zoroaster tell us what we should know. Each of you chooses. You chose to be here this evening, as you've chosen to be here on other evenings. Each of you has chosen to read certain books, to know, to expand your knowledge of the science of metaphysics. And it is a science. It is a discipline. Acknowledge that which you have chosen. Acknowledge that you wish to acquire knowledge so that you may better understand how to remember that which you have forgotten, so that you may once again know the total oneness that is the creative source.